Welcome to In Plain Sight, Behind the Scenes edition.
I'm Jacqueline, I was the director for this film.
I'm Caitlin, the cinematographer.
And I'm Bailey, the editor.
Our film, In Plain Sight, is a murder mystery about a small team working a high-profile case for the police, only to discover the culprit was one of them all along.
You have the right to remain silent.
This film takes inspiration from Bryan Singer's The Usual Suspects and his use of close-ups and shot composition to reinforce themes of deception and madness.
Need some help with that, mate?
In the end scene, there's a point where there's layered audio, and this helps to create a sense of suspense in the film. This also helps the audience enter the mind of the detective.
Thanks, boss man. Good custom.
In the beginning, I was actually really worried because we ran into a lot of casting issues. We actually had to reshuffle all the roles, and it was a completely different cast from what was originally planned. But I think it actually turned out for the better because a lot of the actors we went with in the end actually were more suited for the roles, and it was very surprising to me. And overall, I was very surprised at the outcome of the production just because of how many little small issues we ran into. But I really think it turned out fairly well.
You wanted to see me, Captain?
Yes.
You okay?
Yeah, cat videos.
I think the biggest conflict that I faced as the cinematographer was probably my height. I'm only 5'2.5", and our main actress was 5'8", so being able to use the shoulder rig and getting all the action was kind of difficult. But thankfully, there were other alternatives like wearing heels or using office chairs, which caused or allowed more mobility and height.
The making of In Plain Sight was not easy. Personally, I did not have much experience editing, so before the pre-production part of the film and during some of the production part, I did lots of research on editing and I learned how to edit, such as like adding effects in and messing with the audio. The person in the video does not match her height and build. Detective Bishop is innocent.
Some people just aren't who they say they are.
Control. Need some help with that, mate?
Need some help with that, mate?
I think the most memorable part about being on set was just kind of getting to work with all these new people and explore new ideas and just kind of see where things took us as we went along because, yes, we did have a plan, but it was just kind of fun to go and ad-lib and go off on a limb and just kind of improv and see where everything took us.
One of my own men.
What can you say?
I forgot that one part!
I'm sorry, I'm like manhandling you. Right there. Okay, if you guys stay still, this, and then look.
My favorite part of production would probably be using the drone, especially in the city. However, it took a lot of work to get to that point. We had to fill out a bunch of paperwork and get it signed off by the county. And then finally, when we were able to fly it on the first day, it was super windy, so it was kind of hard to control the drone, but it all worked out in the end.
Personally, my favorite part of this whole process was being on set with everyone and during the production process where there was a lot of jokes made on set when we were making the production. And we also have a lot of inside jokes between us now, such as like a little Scooby-Doo thing. And I think that was my favorite part of the whole film.
We have a murder mystery on our hand. Wow, I sound like Scooby-Doo.
The speed was good though, you're going good. You just have like a bowl of
Okay, ready?
Okay, ready?
Okay.
We are almost out of time. Are there any last words you want to leave with the audience?
Don't trust anyone.
Things aren't always as they seem.
Sometimes the answer is right in front of you.
Good show. Let's split up, gang.
We're